Hello everyone! We're back with TV Day's Drama Digest, and today we're diving deep into everything that went down on Days of Our Lives this past April 24th. Buckle up. What unfolded in Salem was a roller coaster of shocking revelations, secret alliances, heated confrontations, and tender moments that you won't want to miss. If you'd rather watch than read, be sure to catch our full summary video. For those of you who love the nitty-gritty details, read on for an expanded, in-depth look at each twist and turn. 1. EJ's triumphant and troubling awakening at dawn in University Hospital. The monitors beeped steadily as Eric Brady finally stirred. After days in a coma, EJ's eyelids fluttered open to the sterile white of his hospital ceiling. His breath came in ragged gasps, and as he blinked, disoriented, Kayla Brady, his aunt and longtime mentor, rushed to his side. You could almost feel the collective sigh of relief from the hospital corridor as the news spread. EJ was alive. Kayla placed a gentle hand on his arm. EJ, it's me, Aunt Kayla. Try to remember. Do you know where you are? EJ's eyes darted around, panic flickering in his gaze. He opened his mouth to speak, but only a hoarse whisper emerged. I don't know. Kayla exchanged a worried glance with the attending nurse, her professional calm momentarily cracking to reveal genuine concern. Enter J.J. Devereaux, EJ's cousin, and the first to arrive at his bedside after hearing the news. J.J.'s normally confident stride faltered at the door when he saw EJ awake yet confused. EJ, buddy, J.J. said, voice thick with relief. You're in the hospital. You were shot. EJ's brow furrowed. Shot? I don't remember any of it. JJ's jaw clenched, and he shot a questioning look at Kayla. Does he remember anything? Kayla hesitated, then nodded grimly. Eric is experiencing retrograde amnesia. He's lost all memory of the shooting incident, and possibly a lot more. That revelation hit JJ like a punch to the gut. He had been aching for answers, and now found himself staring at a cousin who couldn't tell him who had wanted him dead. As Kayla ordered more tests to assess the extent of EJ's memory loss, JJ silently vowed to himself that he would uncover the truth, one piece of the puzzle at a time, even if he had to dig through every crevice of EJ's mind to do it. 2. Secrets whispered in the warehouse shadows. Meanwhile, at DeMera Warehouse Storage, Xander Cook was making his rounds when he overheard a hushed conversation that set alarms ringing in his head. He paused behind a stack of shipping crates, his pulse quickening as he caught sight of Sarah Horton standing close to Philip Kyriakis. Their posture was too intimate, their words too guarded. Philip, you don't understand. If anyone finds out about the forged letters, we're done for, Sarah whispered urgently, her brow slick with sweat under the warehouse's harsh fluorescent lights. Philip ran a nervous hand through his hair. I know, Sarah. That letter was supposed to secure our future, but now Xander is sniffing around. We need a plan. Xander's jaw tightened. He had given Philip more chances than he could count, and Sarah, his own niece, deserved better than a partner mired in deception. Rising slowly, Xander stepped into the open, his sneakers squeaking loudly on the concrete floor. Forged letters. Xander's voice rang out, cold and accusatory. Sarah's eyes widened. Philip's face turned pale. Sarah opened her mouth to speak, but Xander cut her off. You think I wouldn't notice? I've always been easy on you, Sarah. But this is unforgivable. Sarah's voice faltered, then she reached out as if to placate him. Xander, please just hear me out. It was for your own good. Think of Mom, she trailed off, hoping sympathy might cloud his anger. But Xander's expression was stone. He'd heard enough betrayals in Salem to last a lifetime. Just then Maggie Horton, fresh from a meeting at Horton Town Hall, stormed into the warehouse. Maggie looked between her daughter and Xander, arms folded. Xander, I've been telling you, people deserve second chances. Philip made a mistake, but he's tried to make it right. Maggie's voice was firm yet pleading. Isn't it time you forgave him? Xander's shoulders slumped in conflict. He glanced at Philip, then at Maggie, then back at Sarah. You've all given him so many opportunities, Xander said quietly. But trust isn't a game. With that, he turned on his heel and left them standing amid the crates, the distant hum of forklifts underscoring the tension. 3. Chaos and catharsis at the annual street fair. Later that afternoon, the annual Salem Street Fair lit up the town square like a carnival of colors. Striped tents lined both sides of the main drag, the scent of funnel cakes hanging in the air alongside laughter and the upbeat strum of a local band. It was supposed to be a day of fundraising and fun, yet Salem's drama followed the charity event like a persistent shadow. 3.1 Kristen's fiery reprisal. Kristen DiMera, dressed in a vibrant floral sundress, marched through the fair with determination. She'd heard rumors that Xander might show, and she was prepared to confront him over their latest argument. Spotting him near the dunk tank, she moved with purpose. Xander, oblivious to her approach, was still seething over the warehouse confrontation. What do you want, Kristen? Xander snapped as she appeared at his side, hands on hips. Kristen's eyes flashed. You left me in the dark about everything, Xander. You think you can judge Philip, but what about you? Before Xander could respond, Kristen flung a half-full cup of water straight at him. The liquid arced through the air and splashed down his shirt. The crowd gasped, then burst into amused giggles as Xander peeled off his drenched top, revealing a toned torso. Kristen put her hands on her hips, smirking. Better air dry, tough guy. Xander flashed a rare, grudging smile as fairgoers cheered on. The tension broke, if only for a moment, turning a potentially explosive argument into the fair's show-stopping spectacle. 3.2 Chad and Abigail's fundraising triumph. A few stalls down, Chad DiMera and Abigail Devereaux, better known to everyone as Kat, were basking in the glow of their fundraising success. Under Kat's direction, the hospital fundraiser had pulled in more money than ever before. As Chad adjusted the banner reading, Save Our Salem Hospital, he turned to Kat with pride. Never thought we'd reach that goal, Chad admitted, rubbing the back of his neck as confetti cannons popped overhead. Kat linked arms with him. It's all you, Chad, your connections and your generosity. Plus, you make an excellent MC. Chad blushed, and Kat's warm smile lingered in his mind long after. In a quiet tent nearby, away from the bustling crowd, Kat and Chad shared a private moment. Kat's hand found Chad's, and he felt a rush of something he hadn't allowed himself to feel in years, hope. As they leaned in for a soft kiss, Kat whispered, I'd bid $1 million for another date with you. Chad's heart thumped. Could he really open himself up to love again after all he'd been through? 3.3 Gabi's show of generosity and jealousy. Meanwhile, on the main stage auction platform, Gabi Hernandez swaggered up to place her bid. The auctioneer's paddle rose and fell as community leaders vied for charity dates. When Alex Kyriakis' name was announced, the paddle went up, at first for $10,000, then skyrocketing to $15,000 as Gabi's competitive spirit flared. I'll take it, Gabi declared, her voice ringing through megaphones. The crowd applauded her generous bid, voices praising her commitment to the hospital. But Gabi's eyes flashed toward JJ in the audience. She knew her high bid wasn't just about fundraising. It was about making a point. Gabi wanted JJ to see that she was independent, successful, and unbothered by his accusations about EJ. JJ, seated with Susan Banks on the sidelines, stiffened at Gabi's bold move. He exchanged a look with Susan, who raised an eyebrow knowingly. JJ's heart sank a little. Despite everything, he wanted to patch things up with Gabi. After the auction, JJ slipped away from Susan to find Gabi. Hey, can we talk? He asked quietly. Gabby crossed her arms, eyes narrowed. About what, JJ? Your cousin's shooting? My auction bid? Your jealousy. JJ's shoulders slumped. Gabby, I didn't mean to hurt you. Gabby cut him off with a tight smile. Save it. I have enough on my plate. As Gabby walked away, JJ watched helplessly, guilt gnawing at him. Somewhere amid the day's drama, he and Gabby needed to find common ground before both of them lost each other for good. 4. A visit from Kristen. And a hint of something more as dusk settled over Salem, Kristen DiMera made her way back to the hospital. She paused at EJ's door. Today had been overwhelming, from water-throwing fair antics to her own fears about her brother. Pushing the door open gently, she saw EJ propped up against pillows, looking more alert than she had ever seen him. How are you feeling, little brother? Kristen's tone was softer than it had been earlier. EJ's lips curled into a tentative smile. Different. Confused. But he paused, searching Kristen's face. I feel like I'm missing something important. Kristen sat on the edge of the bed. Eric, you were shot. You're going to need time to heal, both physically and mentally. EJ nodded, but his gaze lingered on Kristen's eyes. Do you think I'll ever remember who did this? Or why? Kristen hesitated. The secret she guarded about her own daughter's involvement, the only person who had visited EJ on that fateful night, pressed at her conscience. We'll do everything we can to help you, Eric, she said, voice firm. Yet as Kristen left the room, her expression was haunted. Had EJ's memory already started to stir clues that could lead back to her? Salem's web of secrets was never safe for long. 5. What's next in Salem? April 24th was a day when wounds opened, secrets whispered and alliances shifted, even as the town's beloved street fair provided a vibrant backdrop. We saw EJ awake but adrift in a sea of amnesia, Xander confronting a betrayal close to home, Kristen's temper and affection on full display, Chad and Kat balancing hope and caution, and Gabby staking her claim through generosity and jealousy alike. Which storyline has you on the edge of your seat? Will EJ's memory finally return and unmask his shooter? Can Xander find it in his heart to forgive? Or will Sarah and Philip's secret tear them apart? Will Chad let himself love again? And can JJ and Gabby bridge their divide? And most intriguingly, what dark truths will Kristen's next move reveal? Stay tuned to TV Day's Drama Digest, where we'll keep you updated on every plot twist, showdown, and heartfelt reunion in Salem. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Day's Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.